Real Madrid have been in the news making headlines again, as they just beat their city rivals Atletico Madrid in a penalty shootout which had the footballing world in shock, as a controversial call on Julian Alvarez was made by the VAR due to Julian touching the ball twice during his penalty. Once again, we find ourselves asking, why did we ever doubt the kings of the Champions League getting through? But something else is on my mind, as Endrick was able to come on to the pitch for the last 5 minutes of the match, and although he didn't do much for his 28th appearance for Los Blancos, it's clear that Endrick needs to make a decision. I mean, as he's surrounded by world-class attackers like Kylian Mbappe, Vini Jr., Rodrigo, Arda Güler, Brahim Diaz, who are all 26 or below, it's going to be hard to make it into that starting lineup. But many clubs have been interested in the Brazilian wonderkid, who Madrid paid 60 million euros to Palmeiras for his services. He didn't come cheap, and with that big investment, it's reported that Real Madrid have no intention of letting him go permanently, as they believe he is the long-term replacement for either one of their attackers. As talented strikers are becoming increasingly difficult to find, Real Madrid has the belief that purchasing and letting Endrick develop now would be significantly cheaper than purchasing a world-class striker later down the road. And honestly, I agree with this take. I mean, players like Isaac are commanding a 150 million euro fee. And this isn't meant to hate on Isaac. He is an awesome player, but this striker market is so inflated. Look, Endrick has been playing pretty good for the minutes he's been getting. The 18-year-old has scored 6 goals this season in just 496 minutes, meaning he's averaging a goal every 82 minutes. That's pretty good. He scored in the La Liga and Champions League, and has been the star of the show in the Copa del Rey, where in 4 matches he has 4 goals. Currently, Madrid are in the semifinals against Real Sociedad and have won the first leg, so who knows, maybe Endrick will score in the final. Anyways, I went to check the rumors of which clubs were interested in signing him on a loan move for a season or two, and let's go through each one and discuss which one would be the best fit for him and the pros and cons of each move. And starting with that first option is of course staying put at Real Madrid. There's a lot of pros to this move. Training with the best of the best every day, having the best facilities and coaches. Along with that, you're going to be settled in, and your chemistry with your teammates are only going to get better as time goes on. We've already seen this with Jude Bellingham, who has kind of taken Endrick under his wing and is always seen commenting under his Instagram posts. And talking about Instagram, Madrid's choice of not loaning him out this January, where there were many clubs interested, might not just be related to football itself. Endrick is a brand. Let's be real, he's a global star who has arguably the second most hype around him behind Lamine Yamal. With almost 15 million Instagram followers and basically being the face of New Balance's footballing department, they make a lot of money off his image rights alone. So financially speaking, they might just keep Endrick for that cash flow. But obviously, as we discussed, there's also cons. Playing around 500 minutes in your first season as an 18-year-old when you need game time to evolve and grow is a dire need without a doubt. It's just simply not enough. His general match sharpness needs to improve, along with his decision making, and he won't get any better at that when he's rotting on the bench. So that's where we talk about the first team. And that's when Olympique Marseille come into play, who actually asked Real Madrid in the January window for a loan move. I for one think this would be excellent, as currently Marseille are second place in Ligue 1, and will potentially be in the Champions League. That would be a great experience for Endrick. Not only that, but Ligue 1 is actually competitive if you take away PSG's dominance, as the race for second place is always an interesting one, with teams like Rennes, Lyon, Monaco, Nice, Lille. Look, it's already a hotbed for talent anyways, and De Zerbi is an excellent coach who gives youngsters chances. I mean, we saw what he did at Brighton, and that was amazing. But of course, this move also comes with its cons. For one, it might hurt his brand, as he would be in the attack with Marseille's controversial star Mason Greenwood. Obviously, Endrick did nothing wrong, but we know how the media works. They love to spin things, and there's no doubt in my mind that they'll somehow find a way to hurt Endrick's image. Other than that, I think this is a pretty solid one. Alright, on to the next side, Palmeiras. His old club and back in Brazil have been printing money from player sales, like Endrick and Estevao, and it's clear that they keep a youth focus. They just purchased ex-Barcelona man Vitor Roque for over 20 million euros. But I believe this would be a sideways move for him. Even though the fans love him and he would get a ton of game time, I don't believe he would develop as quickly in the Brazilian league. And although it's super competitive, Endrick has already won 2 Brazilian league titles with Palmeiras. I just think it's too soon to go back, especially with the purchase of Vitor Roque, who also plays in that striker position. And for our third team in this video, Juventus has also apparently contacted Real Madrid previously about a loan move to the Italian Giants. Once again, I think this would be a pretty interesting one, as this is another side who values and plays young talent, such as Kenan Yildiz or Thuram. And with their main striker Vlahovic on a decline of form and even reportedly on his way out because the £70 million price tag hasn't really shown dividends on the pitch, Endrick could come in as a buffer to push Vlahovic into becoming better. Or if they want to sell him, Endrick could be used as a placeholder to find a striker that they could purchase. Right now, Juventus have also loaned Kolo Muani, so once he moves back to PSG, Endrick could slot right in. Also, Juventus are on the cusp of finishing for a Champions League spot, fighting for Bologna in that table with the top 4, meaning that he could also get top-level experience and Champions League game time. And since the Serie A is a more defensive league, it will force Endrick to expand his game and evolve. All in all, this one also seems like a great move. Okay, and now for the last team in this video, Spurs. No, I'm serious. They also actually contacted Real Madrid for a possible loan move. And once again, I kinda like this idea, as although Spurs have massively struggled this season and sit below mid-table, they were very unlucky with injuries. And although they splashed around 60 million euros for Solanke, he's just been alright. Endrick would benefit massively from their attacking style of football and playing in the most physical league in the world. That would definitely help him develop. And they also love playing youth, even bringing in Bayern's 19-year-old Tell for a loan move, for example. Ange Postecoglou is a good manager, and learning from players like Son or Kulusevski would be a great experience. Sure, his trophy cabinet will not get bigger, but I can't see this move hurting him if he does get the proper playing time. And that's about all the teams I have found who have actually made a contact with Madrid for a possible loan move. I personally think he should be taking a loan year, but I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Should he take his talents back to Brazil or stay in Real Madrid? Remember to like the video and subscribe for more.